Welcome to John McGivern's Main Streets, the podcast that takes you behind the scenes of this popular TV program.
Sometimes I think my job is so hard.
You'll hear John and his producer Lois Maurer on the drive home as they chat about their impressions of the community and share interesting stories that you may not hear about anywhere else. Today's episode, Kalamazoo, Michigan.
We are leaving Kalamazoo.
We are.
And this is exciting because you are driving.
I'm driving, so if...
I'll try not to distract you.
Oh, good luck.
Kalamazoo, it's just at 124 miles, stay on 94 West.
Yep.
It's a 4-hour ride home.
Here we go, so I guess this is going to be a long one.
Should we talk about Kalamazoo for 4 hours?
Let's do that. So what'd you think?
So Kalamazoo was kind of a big city, but sort of a small city. Do you know what I mean? It felt urban. There's parts of it that felt very urban, and yet we were mostly contained. We were kind of downtown a lot.
We were, except the really big things. So
right, which
like
were all outside the city.
Yeah, the museum and the art zoo. I mean the
Air Zoo.
Air Zoo.
And the Gilmore Car Museum. So those are the two biggies in Kalamazoo.
Yeah, it's kind of remarkable.
It's like its own city.
That car museum was may have been my favorite.
Yeah, the things that the vehicles they have in there are sort of like, how did they get that?
Yeah, I think that's like any car museum, though. You know, so much you walk in there, you don't realize that most of those vehicles are on loan. So they want people like to have their cars like shown, and what happens is, as he told us, they don't have to pay to store them.
Oh, right. So that's why the people say, sure, put it in your museum.
Right.
Because they don't have to store them.
My favorite was the Corvette collection, and not so much that I like Corvettes, because I really don't. I love the fact that there were those 2 Corvettes that were just prototypes. They never came out, and one was a station wagon.
Who thought that was a good idea?
I did. I would have loved that.
Station wagon. It didn't look anything like a Corvette.
Maybe that's the point. And they had this really cool Corvette that didn't look Corvette either. That looked kind of like a sedan that I loved. So.
But that whole front gallery with the 8 different versions, what was it called? 8 different, there weren't years, but there were different styles of Corvette that came out.
Yeah.
That was cool. In every different color. That was it's something to see how things change like that.
It was good. My
favorite thing in that museum were the really old cars that looked like they were from 1920. Did you see the ones with the 2-tone paint?
Yeah.
Oh, why don't we do that on cars now?
Oh.
Those were really pretty. And then, of course, the grounds to that place are immense.
How big is your operation here?
We're the largest car museum in North America. We have 90 acres, 29 buildings on site. We have 8 car museums in one.
How many cars total in all of this acreage and buildings?
All of the galleries, we have about 400 cars, but then we have about another 120 cars in our storage vaults.
The other big thing is the Air Zoo there.
Right.
And that has some incredible things. I think when we were just wrapping up, Troy took me and showed me outside where there was a plane sitting on the tarmac. Did you see it?
Yeah. And
people were getting in and out of it. It was the very first plane on D-Day in line.
That's right.
Where was D-Day? Normandy, right?
Right.
So the very first airplane in the row where all the other planes followed behind it.
Full of parachuters.
Isn't that amazing?
Yep.
And there it sits, and they have people looking through it. They have a stealth, is it a bomber, a fighter? You can tell I don't know much about the airplanes.
Neither, but that was cool too.
Yeah. Because he was right. I thought it was like super private, and you couldn't go looking through it. And there it sits right there. Like anybody could go take a picture of it.
Yeah.
So that was pretty. Those 2 things are like the big things. And then the third thing that's the big thing that you have to go to in Kalamazoo is...
Bell's.
You bet. Bell's Brewery. He was like one of the first craft brewers in the country.
No, in Michigan.
Oh, in Michigan.
Yeah.
He was very forward-thinking, though, and the place is beautifully done, and they have so many different kinds of beers there. As I said to the woman there, I don't drink beer, but it almost made me wish that I did.
Yeah. and a great beer garden.
That is an actual garden.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Want to wear something that's going to support your favorite show? Shop at Main Street Store. Proceeds go to help us get next season into production. So come on, go shopping at mainstreets.tv.
What did you think of the moped army?
To be honest, I ride a scooter, so I thought it would be scooter-like. It's not scooter-like at all.
No, I was surprised.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know either. I thought mopeds, maybe I've been calling them the wrong thing.
It's
They're like
kind
little
of,
motorcycles.
It's kind of, I think they enjoy fixing them more than they like riding them.
Oh.
So it's kind of gearheady sort of guys. And, it's the demos. I was like somebody's grandpa.
Well, you had to ride around the city of Kalamazoo with how many
20.
riders? 20 riders. And you rode around in circles so that we could run our vans ahead and then stop and then get out and shoot while you guys came across.
Right.
We were hopping all over that city like for half an hour trying to catch up with you and then get in front of you. And there was another crew too, our Butte crew. So Jason was with me and Bob was in the back of a van with Gail and Ken was driving with the camera hanging out the back of the van. That's some logistical magic right there, right there.
And through traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, you had the hardest job on that one though because, you were nervous about that bike conking out on you.
It never conked out. But I was nervous about the cars because when they ride, they all want to ride together. So, I was stopping at stoplights that they were like, oh, just go through. It's like, I don't know.
So were you always bringing up the rear?
Mostly.
Yeah. But at least they all wore helmets. I was happy to see that.
Yep.
Okay, what about food?
Oh, we had barbecue.
Oh my goodness, did we ever?
TNT barbecue.
Which stands for Tish and Terrence.
And Terrence, I never heard a word out of him. But Tish,
Except when I said thank you.
Tish wants her own show.
And should
and
have
she
it.
deserves it.
Bring it to me, baby. Cameraman, get in here. Get in here, man.
Jason?
I wake up every morning and what I do what I love to do.
Yeah. Do you know what you need, though?
What I need?
You need your own television show.
I know.
No.
You ain't telling me nothing we don't know. Everybody know that.
So they've had a little barbecue place there for, what did she tell us?
9 years, did she say?
Something 9-10 years, but they started out in a store.
Right.
And then they went to a food truck.
All on the same corner.
Yeah, and now there's like a
Tent and a hut.
Is it a hut? That's what I was going to say. Is it a hut? Because it's made out of wood,
Yeah.
but it's sits on that same corner, and that's not right in downtown Kalamazoo.
No.
I forget what she said the neighborhood was called, but they've been there for all those years, and as she said, people come. Why would you move? She got a line all the time.
And she says there's a lot of accidents on that corner, and I understand because people are smelling the barbecue and stopping and pulling into a small parking lot that they need more space. It's just like, I was a little nervous, but that's okay.
Yeah, that was good food too, but I was a little frightened for you when you were standing next to her with that meat cleaver.
Well, it looked like she was going to chop off her fingers.
I was also afraid she was going to chop off your fingers.
I didn't put my fingers near there. So I think that's the only food we did. That and
a lot of
sweets.
Yeah, a lot of sweets today, and a lot of sweets this week. The sweets were good mission stories, which is why we did a couple of them. The first one was Layla's Cool Pops, and her mission was
To help homelessness. She's 16. She's had a shop since she was 10.
Yeah,
What?
I know, right? You're like, really?
Come on.
And when you meet her, she's like every other teenager. She had great nails.
So were those real nails?
No, those aren't real nails.
Okay, I didn't know.
No, I have a 16-year-old.
She doesn't wear those nails.
No, but all the nails are stuck on. If they want nails, so I know those were stuck on. And I said to her, "Are you going to put those gloves on over those things?" She says, "Carefully." But she was kind, and her mom was terrific, and the woman who helped them set up the shop. I think they're all really smart too. I think they're all really smart.
Well, they're opening up another shop.
Yeah.
Layla's Cool Pops, which we thought they were popsicles, but they're not. They're cake pops and
And cupcakes and cookie pops.
cookie pops.
Yeah. Yeah, which you got to try your hand at. That's an easy one, isn't it?
All you need is a stick and an Oreo.
And good chocolate.
And good chocolate. Yeah.
And some sprinkles, which you called Jimmy's, and she was like, what?
Yeah.
So that was good. We also did, we met the mayor before we thought we were going to meet the mayor.
The mayor and the judge and the commissioner and they all came to TNT barbecue.
Yeah, that was kind of fun to see them all there together supporting that, you know. So out of all of the things, you said your favorite was the car museum?
I think so.
Would you, if you went back, would you like to just take a look around? How long do you think it would take you to look around that whole museum?
That's a couple days.
Yeah.
It really is. So, yeah, to go there without a crew and without anybody, you know,
telling you what to do?
Exactly. It'd be great.
John, that's everywhere.
I
You would like
know.
to just go anywhere without us along telling you what to do.
That was good.
All right, well, we have to settle in now for our 4-hour car ride.
Right. This is Gilligan was only going on a 3-hour tour.
Well, as long as when we get someplace the professor's there, I'll be happy.
Exactly. Oh, well.
Good one. Kalamazoo was good.
Kalamazoo, see ya.
Curious to find out where John is traveling next? Head over to our website, mainstreets.tv, to learn more. Again, that's mainstreets.tv. Be sure to subscribe to this podcast and please leave us a review. That helps more people discover great programming like Main Streets. Look for us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to follow all the action. John McGivern's Main Streets is produced by Plum Media in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Thanks for listening.